Tesla had met its 5,000 Model 3 production rate per week goal, which was surprising to a lot of people. Elon Musk had kept his promise, things are looking up, and yet Wall Street is still not happy with Tesla. Some media outlets are still not happy with Tesla. I'm happy with Tesla. I'm excited about what's going on, and people call me Tesla hate all the time. And so let's tackle this, though I'm not really sure if I'm going to have all the reasonable answers for you guys. Then Audi has released the interior pictures of the e-tron that's coming up later this year. I like it, but there's one thing that's bugging me. Let me know if that same thing is going to be bugging you as well. Let's compare our Chevy Volt versus Chevy Bolt sales for June. I'm starting to get annoyed with that. And also comment of the day, I think it's my favorite one so far this year. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, all right, let's talk about why people are not happy with the Model 3. Before that, thank you to those of you who are watching me live on Patreon. This is the way to support the show. Make sure that I continue being independent. I think I'm being one of the most independent and balanced electric car channels out there. Though some people might disagree, but I'm doing my best. But this is the best way to support me as a Patreon, of course. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please consider subscribing so you will be kept up to date on everything that's going on in the universe of electric cars. And this is some exciting times, guys, some exciting times. All right, let's talk about this. All right, well, you see what happened with the stock after Tesla reached its goal. Now, I don't know what's going on. Usually when a company reaches its goal, while the expectations are that they may not, stock goes up. I mean, that's just how it is. But this case, I don't know why, but you know, Tesla Model 3 pulled it off. Tesla pulled it off with their Model 3. Elon kept his promise, I think for the first time almost ever. I know it's been adjusted, but he finally did it. Everything's going well. They're pretty much at the full production. I know they set a goal for another another 1,000 extra per week, so 6,000 per week. That's their new goal, but it doesn't really matter. They're at 20,000 Model 3s. They reached that production rate, and Wall Street believes that it's not sustainable. I don't know why. Yes, they will probably drop for the next few weeks and will come back. That's how it happened. It never took them more than, I think, a month to go back to that rate that they achieved at the end of the quarter. And yes, I just reported to you guys as I visited the factory. It was really, really busy. The parking lots were very busy. Trucks going in and out. But the next day, it was pretty empty. I know it's 4th of July here, Independence Day, so everyone's got a day off there. So yeah, they will drop a little bit, but there is really no reason for people to believe that the production is not going to go back up. They got three production lines and it's going very, very well. Yes, I'm assuming they can't stay in a tent or forever. That will have to be moved inside. But that's logistics. I don't see how that is going to be stopping anybody from believing that they will sustain this production rate. So that's kind of a BS. I really don't like that. Now, there's also a story that came out about the fact that Tesla dropped one of the tests. I think it's called a break and roll test. And the thing is with this is we won't know. Right? I mean, I don't have an answer to you guys. Like, is this a crucial? Because some people are saying, well, it's a critical task. They got dropped. But Tesla's saying, listen, we test our cars, every single one of them, on the track. We have another way to test the same thing about the braking and stuff like that. So really, it wasn't necessary. And you know what? I want to believe them. I really do want to believe them. On another hand, we just had the story where the braking distance of the Model 3 was not what the spec was, and it was caught by Consumer Reports, and Tesla had to fix it. And the question is, well, if you test all these cars, how come this car that takes so much more to brake ever was sold to somebody? So that's a bit odd. And they've had some issues where the cars are not always of the best quality, whether it's the panels misaligning or door handles stop coming out. And in the case of Model S, which by the way happened to me once again just the other day, the Tesla doesn't have the best record in terms of just saying that they're rolling out the best quality cars out there. So, and this is a safety issue. I'm just not. We will never know, right? It just sucks that they don't have the best track record when they can just say, hey guys, we got it. We got it handled. We believe that was a waste of time. We have other tests to prove it, so I want to believe him, but I can see how people can doubt it. So we'll see how this goes. We'll start finding out what kind of quality cars they're putting out right now. Probably another few months, whether or not they will be coming back, whether or not customers will start complaining. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, but. But yeah, otherwise I can't tell you guys why people are still not happy with Tesla when they've now delivered. Now they're at full production. This car, people love this car. It's all over the place where I live here in Silicon Valley. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section, right? Don't tell me it's an oil industry conspiracy. There might be some of it, but that's not it. There's got to be something else, because this is just not normal. This company is kicking butt right now, and I don't really see how stock would go down in this case. All right, let's tackle a few other interesting news that happened today. Before that, of course, I want to let you guys know that this channel and this video is sponsored by EvanX, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla, including Tesla Model 3. There is a discount code in the description of this video. Hopefully you can save yourself a few bucks, especially on July 4th. Check out the terms and conditions in there. But other than that, enjoy. All right, so let's talk about the June sales. Now, not all June sales have been reported, and I usually rely on Inside EVs. They just haven't completed it yet. But the Chevy Volt and Bolt sales have been reported, and a Chevy Volt once again outsold the Chevy Bolt. The Volt sold about a little over 1,300 cars. And this is US sales, and the Chevy Bolt was just under 1,100. This is beyond me. I know a Volt is a good car, okay? I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm considering myself now that I'm going to be moving to Sacramento, and I need a commuter car that does give me a range extender, even though it's gas. But there's another video I have for that. Check it out, from last Sunday. But Chevy Bolt is just, they had this opportunity, that they had this one year when this car was available and Model 3 wasn't available, and they did nothing with it. They don't advertise it. If you notice, Nissan Leaf advertises a lot. It's actually the only electric car that I see being advertised on television. I was at the airport the other day, and there was a Nissan Leaf a billboard. But Chevy has done really very little. They've done pretty much nothing to market it in Europe. They were marketing under the brand of Opel, which they sold, and everything kind of stopped. I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. It's not a bad car. I don't like the way it looks, but it's overall is a good car. A lot of people don't mind. In Europe, most cars look this way, so it won't even stand out. Got a great range, not a bad interior. Performance is just fine. I've test drove it myself, so I don't understand why a Chevy would not push it more. 1,000 units, whatever, 1,100 units. That's not that much, guys, for this type of a car. Now they're saying that they're going to increase production by 20%. Once again, 20% is not gonna, it just doesn't seem like they're behind a product that actually does seem like a good product. Now, I know they lose money on this car, and it's up to them to figure this out. But it is part of the investment into the new technology, okay? So they're just gonna have to figure it out. Selling it at small amounts is just not going to do it. So I'm very disappointed to see the sales, really not reaching anywhere near what they probably could have been if they pushed this car, if they would have even advertised it. But good for Chevy Volt though, because this car is still kicking butt, so that's good to know. All right, more news. As you know, Audi e-tron is the Audi with 250-mile range that's coming out at the end of the year. They've now released the interior pictures, which look pretty cool. Now, this is just a sexy picture. So here, I'll let you guys see it in a full screen. Pretty cool. Not too excited about 2 screens there. Would have rather had 1. But this is pretty, I like this. I actually like this. Let me know in the comment section if you like the interior. Here's more of a kind of a day view of this. Once again, full screen. Again, I would rather have 1 screen, but they have 2. That's cool. But here's what's bothering me. Look to the sides, right? Here, I'll get you a better image of that. This is an image from sort of an angle. Look at the camera outside, which replaced the side mirror. You see that? I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit on that so you can see what's happening there. Look, See the camera outside, and boom, right underneath is basically this is the monitor that essentially looks like your side mirror. And you know, side mirrors to me are even a bit low for me. Like every time my girlfriend, you know, bends over to look at her purse or whatever, her phone, I can't see the side mirror. So this being even lower is not going to work for me, to be honest with you. And what's the point of the camera then if I still have to look that direction and see pretty much the same thing? What's the point? You know, it reminds me of like when I go and look at the show, the rock concert or whatever, and I sit so far behind that I end up having to watch monitors. And then I wonder, like, why did I just pay $100 a ticket to watch a monitor? I could have watched it on TV for like $10 on pay-per-view. I'm there for the life experience. Damn it, I'm watching the monitors. I feel the same way here. I really would have preferred if they would put it somewhere near where my rear view camera is, or whatever the monitor, whatever they're deciding to do with that. So I can almost see like a 180 view of what's happening behind me and on the side of me. But this technology does absolutely no good as far making my life any easier. And I also don't see the little indicator when the blind spot is occupied, whether yellow or red, something that I wish Tesla had. I really hope they have that, because that probably is the best feature ever for the side mirror vision that I've ever seen. So let me know also in the comment section, guys, what you think about that. But now let's move on to the comment of the day. And I gotta tell you guys, this is my favorite comment so far this year. And here, I don't know who this guy is, or girl, I don't think he comments very well, but WG says, my goodness, I'm starting to agree with you on something. LOL, good job on this report. And he's talking about the video I released yesterday about how Tesla fires are always getting all this media attention. But I specifically picked an example of Hyundai, where their cars seem to catch on fire. And really one of the senators and one of the organizations had to contact the federal government agency and tell them, hey guys, how come you're not investigating those? And yet they jump on every single one of them when a Tesla catches on fire, even when it had nothing to do with Tesla or autopilot or whatever, when people joyriding at high speeds and kill themselves that way. So so that was a comment about that. But here's why I love this comment. This channel is not about me. That's not the intention of this channel. This channel about the news that I try to pick out of a ton and see of interesting and non-interesting, important, not important, and bring it to you guys saying, well, this is what's happening in the world of electric cars. But most importantly, I welcome other opinions, right? Now, by the way, this video that I just referred to, I love that video because I was called a Tesla fanboy and a Tesla hater in the comment section in the same video, right? This is how I know I'm being fair and partial and non-partial and balanced in every single way, because, you know, I think I see most of the stories from both sides. I don't really have a pony in this race. And the fact that this guy is watching my channel, even though it looks like he doesn't even agree with me very often, this is the type of audience I absolutely love. If you're watching my channel, not so much for me, but just to be part of this community, and you know that other opinions are welcome. You know, I had guests, you know, I feature comments that completely disagree with me, sometimes not very respectfully. This is why I want you guys to watch this. I don't want this to be all about me. Yes, I give my opinions. Yes, I'm pretty opinionated, but I do change them. And I do change them a lot of times based on times, what companies do. And also I do read and reply to a lot of comments in the comment section, because I do want to learn from you guys. I do want to understand. I am switching my opinions and shifting them as the community kind of matures and moves forward, and brands do different things. So this is the type of the audience and this type of a guy I love watching my show. You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with my opinions, but the fact that you're willing to watch and participate in this is how this community is going to move forward. So thank you so much. Really appreciate this comment. Feel free to disagree with me anytime, and I will feature that and we'll talk about it all together as a community. So, all right, that's it for me. It's July 4th here, the Independence Day here in the United States. I'm going to go hang out with some friends, watch some fireworks, and then back to the studio to make some videos. But that's okay, because I love doing that. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Other than that, remember to stay charged.